Hello to all my friends and family, and welcome to Jim's 5 a.m. Club. And as you can see, it's the last day of the year. It's the 31st of December 2020. A lot of us couldn't wait for this day to come so that we can say good riddance to 2020. But I must admit, it's been a funny year for me. It's been both with ups and downs. The downs were really down, but the ups have been very high. So it's been a mixed year, but all in all, there's a lot that we can take from 2020, and I am very grateful, and I have a lot of gratitude for everything that came our way in 2020. Anyway, I'm down here at the North Sydney pool. I just went for my swim, just did a swim in the pool there. Normally I do a big swim on New Year's Eve. I come down here and I do 100 laps. But because of COVID-19, you need to pre-book your lane, and you can only swim for an hour. So not only do you swim for an hour, it's 5 minutes to get in, 5 minutes to get out, and you've got 50 minutes of swimming time, which includes having a shower, getting changed. So what I did this year was I just came down, did my swim. I did a 1.5K swim, so I wasn't quite up to doing my 2K swim because I didn't have enough time. But I thought I'd just pump out another couple of Jim's 5 a.m. clubs just to close out the year. And I want to go through a book summary, and the book today that I'll be going through at this magical location. As you can see, I'm just below the Harbour Bridge as well. And it's very quiet. Who would have thought? New Year's Eve, Sydney, New Year's Eve, the hub of the world, usually this time of year, and nobody. It is quiet. It is dead quiet. Anyway, I'm going to do a book summary, and the book summary is called The Impact Equation, as I said, and the author is Brogan and Julien Smith. So it's all about making an impact. What do you have to do to make an impact in your life? And it's a good question. It's a very powerful notion, because a lot of people just go through life to a certain extent unnoticed for many years. You see a lot of people, when they're teenagers, when they're young adults, they go through life, and we're all been guilty of this, being shy to do this, shy to do that, and only building a head of steam later in life when they realise that there's nothing really much to be scared of. And really the world, as they say, is your oyster. But it's your oyster only if you attack it with passion. You've got bold action, you've got big dreams, and you're surrounded with people who are going to be the wind beneath your wings. So I think this is a powerful message to the younger people who are still very timid about life, worried about this and worried about life. Because the big lesson that I've learnt, and I've seen a lot in my life, a lot of us have seen a lot of things, but you get one crack at life, and you get one crack at getting it right. And if you're too timid in the beginning, and when I say too timid, I mean if you're not bold in having your own dreams, bold in your own actions, and live the life that you want to live, then you may fall into the trap of living the life that others have around you, planned for you, which may not fulfill you, because each and every one of us, as we've said time and time again, have different calling and different callings. So it's important to understand that it's up to each and every person to live their life and to fully express themselves. And you're not going to reach it. You're not going to reach any point of excellence if you spend your time being shy and being backward and being retreating, as a young person. So you need to get moving, and get moving fairly quickly is the advice, because the faster you get moving, the faster you're going to make small errors, and you're going to learn from your mistakes. All right, but the first thing that the author talks about here, let me go through the equation first. The equation, according to the author, is that your impact, the impact that you'll have on the world, equals contrast times reach, exposure, articulation, trust, and echo. So let's go through those points. So the impact that you're going to have, according to this author, is first of all based on your contrast. So the contrast is the key. The contrast is your unique selling proposition. Now, what's special about you? What makes you unique? So you need to be able to do lots of things when you're young, make lots of mistakes, try lots of things. In fact, you may need to dabble. Hasten that I say that because I don't like the word dabble. But when you're young and you've got your world and your life ahead of you, it's important to try lots of different things so that you try and identify what you're really good at. Because some things you'll be naturally better at than other things. So it's important from a young age to identify what you're suited to and what you're good at and what's special about you. So once you identify what's special about you and you start building on that and you start expressing it and start working at becoming even better at what you're good at, all right, so the focus is we need to look at what we're good at and make us better at it is the key lesson. So the author says that you first need to understand the foundation, what you're good at. And then once you understand what you're good at, then you need to be able to learn how to take what you're good at, and then reach other people, reach out and express it. So you need to reach people who need what you're good at. You know, so if you're good at sport, then you need to be reaching out to sporting clubs or to groups. If you're good at drama, then you need to be reaching out and becoming exposed to theatre groups. So it's all about knowing what you're good at, and then using what you're good at to reach the people who are going to appreciate it most. And the third thing the author talks about here is exposure. So you need to expose what you're good at over and over again, but you mustn't waste that exposure. That exposure needs to be targeted, is what the author's talking about. And you need to keep on exposing it over and over again so that you get discovered. But the key here from what the author says is you need to keep on repetition. You need to keep on repeating it and repeatedly exposing yourself, but in a way that you're not going to piss people off. So you need to do it in a gentle, strategic, and clever way so that it's not overbearing, it's not too in your face, but it's often enough and gentle enough so that people will accept it when they're ready. And not everybody's going to accept you and accept your talent whenever you think that they need to accept it. They need to be ready to accept it, is the message which comes from this book. So the next item that the author talks about is articulation. You need to keep your message simple. This is very, very important. You need to keep it brief and bite-sized so that people can get it. If you try and press all the buttons at once, and if you try and impress people in all ways at the same time, you'll probably overwhelm them and you'll probably lose them. So what the author is suggesting is that you keep your message simple and you impress them one step at a time, and you evolve. Like a flower, you slowly open and blossom, and then all of a sudden then you hit them with the fragrance, the colour, the shape, the textures, and all of those beautiful things at once. So the author is suggesting that you know, you do your exposure, and then the next thing is, or the thing that we talked about is the articulation, is about keeping your message simple, brief and bite-sized, because what you need to do is you need to make sure that you don't get pushback. You don't get pushback from the people who you're trying to impress, and the way you get pushed back is either consciously or subconsciously, is what the author is suggesting. So you need to be able to work them in a way to be able to get your message through without causing pushback at the conscious or subconscious level. And the last thing that the author talks about is credibility, or trust, should I say. And trust is based on 3 items that you need to understand. It's based on credibility, reliability, and intimacy. So what are these 3 things? So credibility is backing up what you say with results. You know, there are lots of people who talk about lots of things, say lots of things, but unless you can back up what you're saying with fair income, concrete results, then you don't have credibility. So you need to be able to show people what you've delivered before, time and time again, in order for them to trust you. So credibility is key. Then the other thing they talk about is reliability. And reliability is being able to do what you say over and over again. So you've got to be able to be counted on. You need to be dependable. You need to be reliable. So not only do you have to show and prove to people that you've done it before, then you've also got to be able to do it time and time again. So the trick is, or the big lesson is, that you need to be able to say that you're going to do something and deliver it time and time again. Because every time you let somebody down, every time you say you're going to do something and don't do it, then your reliability quotient is being undermined. And it doesn't take long before somebody says that so-and-so is all just talk. You know, he says he's going to go on a diet, but he's still fat. He says he's going to go to the gym, but he's still unfit. He says he's going to do this, he said he's going to do that, and he's late to work all the time. He's got every excuse in the book. So you need to throw away the excuses and focus on becoming reliable. And the other one there is intimacy. So intimacy is the ability to be able to get close to people. So people will only trust people who they have close in their lives. So you need to be able to try and build rapport with people and generate intimacy. I'm not talking about sexual intimacy, I'm just talking about friendly intimacy, being able to chat to people and to be able to talk to them at a personal level, as opposed to as a hand-offish sort of level. So, and the last sort of thing here that the author talks about is echo. So echo is about finding common experiences that bind us together. So bonding experiences. It's amazing how you may be talking to somebody and have no interest in them, and all of a sudden they'll say that, oh, I love swimming, or I love dancing, or I'm into fitness, or who knows what it is, you know. But somebody's going to say something which is going to be a common interest and a common love that you have as well. And it's all about finding these common bonds between the people around you. And once you develop these common bonds, then it's you get bonded, you get glued to that person in a magical way, and that then allows the intimacy, and then you can start building your credibility and reliability. Anyway, thank you very much once again for joining me on Jim's 5 a.m. Club. That's it for that book summary. So sort of finish off with a positive affirmation. I'm alive, I am well, and I feel absolutely great. To my friends and family, stay connected, stay relevant, stay reasonable, And let's finish off this year 2020 with gratitude and look forward to what 2021 has to bring us. And even though we won't be down here at the harbour celebrating the fireworks, there are people who are doing other things to close out the year. We've got kayakers in their boats, and it's just kayaking under that magnificent harbour bridge structure. Anyway, thank you very much once again, everybody, for joining me on Jim's 5 AM Club, and I look forward to coming to you again tomorrow with another message from another beautiful location in this beautiful city of Sydney. And I wish everybody a happy 2021. May it be full of happiness, health, prosperity, and may all your dreams come true. But may all your dreams and your ambitions and your pursuits be supported by bold action, by energy, by plans, and by commitment. Because otherwise, if none of that is around, it's all going to be hot air, and you're going to come to the end of 2021 having done nothing, having lived a mediocre life, and having wondered, what happened once again. So make the most of every day. And as we say, today is unique. Today will never ever come back again. So make the most of it, because even 2020 is a year which had its challenges, but it also had some wonderful times as well. So remember, live with gratitude and enjoy every moment. Yasas, sasagapao, and we'll chat again. Bye for now, and Happy New Year. Happy New Year when it rings in, regardless of where you are throughout the world. Bye for now. Yeah.